I am worth $12,136,059.74 in my mind. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So does that mean just because I think it, it's actually going to happen? In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill says it all starts right here in your mind. Think and Grow Rich is the OG of the self-help industry. It's the law of attraction and manifestation and using your thoughts. But the real question is, can you get rich if you read it? In this book breakdown, I'm gonna share my favorite quotes from the book, and then we're gonna get right into the 13 tips that he gives to get ridiculously rich. And then I'm gonna share the rating of the book, and then my contrarian takes. And I have a very unique take on why this book was so successful and what his secret might actually be. And it's probably what you wouldn't expect. And lastly, I'm gonna leave you with some actionable takeaways that you can start using in your life. So, does it work? In order to get ridiculously rich, it all starts in one place. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desire brings weak results, just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat. This always makes me think of something Tom Bilyeu once said, where he said, you need to need something like you need air to breathe. And until you need that thing, whatever it is, find your why, whatever drives you so much where you're like suffocating without it, then you don't really desire it. And at the end of the day, you are in control of everything. You are the master of your destiny. You can influence, direct, and control your own environment. You can make your life what you want it to be. This simply summarizes the entire book, that you are in control, and using your thoughts, maybe you can choose whatever future you want to live. But before you can do that, it all starts right here. Perhaps we shall learn as we pass through this age that the other self is more powerful than the physical self we see when we look in the mirror. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. Until you conquer this, whatever this is going on in here, conquer those demons, and then and only then you can go conquer the world. Here are the 13 principles to getting rich. Desire. Now you might think, oh, that sounds pretty easy, like I just need to really want it. No, he says specifically, wishing or really wanting something will never get you riches. It has to be something that occupies your mind night and day. The main part of using your thoughts is to get insane clarity. Desire is really just it's an obsession. You have to be obsessed. Now this word can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Faith is believing that thoughts are things and that you can use them to train your subconscious mind. And then the subconscious mind will return faith and belief back to you that it is possible. Act as if. You need to embody that person. What kind of decisions would they make? What kind of actions would they take? Now this is where things get really serious. Number 3, auto-suggestion, which he says basically is repeating a phrase or a commandment to yourself over and over, but there's a very important distinction. And here's you. This is your thinking part of your brain, consciousness. And this is your subconscious brain down below. In order for the thinking conscious brain to talk to the subconscious brain and really get information down there, you can't just think it. You have to really, really, really feel it. The key is this principle right here. Emotionally charged thoughts go into your subconscious and get planted there. Your subconscious mind, whatever is playing down there, that script, that thing that you believe from, childhood or your traumas, or what you believe about yourself and how the world sees you and how you perceive yourself. This is your subconscious, and that is your reality. We are living a world of our own subconscious mind. Emotionally charged thoughts, or thoughts mixed with feelings, especially the feeling of faith, will manifest themselves in the physical realm. That's the secret right there. And of course, the opposite is true. If you have emotionally charged thoughts in your head and you're always feeling, stressed out and angry and upset, and along the way they're mixed with some negative thoughts and feelings and anger, go into your subconscious, and from there, that becomes your reality. So this is where all of the law of attraction and manifestation stuff actually came from. This is the original. So everything you hear now, if you're listening to whoever it is, Joe Dispenza or the Hicks or whoever those people are, it's just all this repeated. And here is the simplest of exercises that you can do if you really want to practice your manifestation. So at night or in the morning, you're just going to sit with your eyes closed for 5 or 10 minutes, and you're going to imagine whatever that dream life is. Whatever it is, all the money, you can feel the money in your hand. You gotta see the house, this giant house that you're living in, the cars, the palm trees, the beaches. You're going to use the 5 senses. So when you're in your imagination, you don't just think about it and just feel it. It's gotta go even deeper. You gotta hear the sounds of whatever it is. Maybe other cars on the road, birds chirping in your paradise. You're going to see everything around you, of course. You're going to actually smell the air, whatever that air is, wherever you are. That maybe the oceanfront property you have with the smell of the ocean. Taste, you're gonna taste the ocean water and your lips and the salt. You're going, learn how to spell, Scott. You're going to touch things like you could feel the money in your hand. This is how you do it. So anyone who's talking about whatever manifestation, law of attraction stuff and making you buy their product or their course or whatever it is, this is all you do. And there's some other things you can have, like people that love you, cheering for you, like people who really, really care about you around you, and they're like, congratulations, good job, giving you a hug, and then you have to feel it in your body. This is your rectangle body. That's the whole thing right there. You feel the emotions, all of that. Somebody's congratulating you, like, yeah, that's amazing, and like however you would feel, whatever normal feeling you get when you are successful at something, that's what you're going to feel. It doesn't have to be some rah rah, yeah, this is amazing, or pumped up, or yeah, I smashed it. It could just be super chill and calm. Whatever it is for you, that's the whole spell right there. And maybe you will become rich as fuck. Or just get whatever you want. The next one, number 4, is he talks about knowledge being an organizational skill. The ability to take information and organize it in your faculty of mind and figure out how to get to a certain end. So how to find the information that you need in order to get to a very specific goal, which in this case is to get ridiculously rich. The next one is imagination. You use your imagination so your knowledge can make ideas, and then you can organize specific plans to take action. He talks about 2 kinds of imagination, and that is synthetic, which follows this logic, and also this one. The creative imagination. This is where you might have heard of the infinite intelligence, the source, the quantum field, the quantum realm, the space beyond. And in this infinite intelligence, this is where you can catch those radio waves and those frequencies and all that energy. You need to learn how to tap into the creative mind. Everything ever started with an idea or a thought, whatever you want to call it. I just remembered I had a smoothie. I almost forgot about it. Mango smoothie. It's incredible. Love Thailand. Now this is where he gets very serious into taking action, which is good because it's a law of attraction type of book, but he does actually talk about, you know, action, surrounding yourself with the right people, being honest, learning how to get a job and get employed. Follow the plan, not your mood. The 7th principle to getting filthy rich is, in the book he says procrastination is the opposite of decision. And I had to reread that several times, and it just blew my mind. Procrastination equals indecision. Is that not profound? The faith of like, this is it, this is where I'm going, that burning feeling and obsession. There's no indecision in that feeling. When you are like, this is it, I'm doing it, I'm not turning back, like I feel that, like, oh, I need it, right? That's decision. There is no procrastination in that. It cannot exist. If you want to end procrastination, decide. The eighth principle to getting ridiculously rich. When you find yourself doing something and you're like, I need to persist, I need to keep going. And he says, if you can't, then that just means your desire is weak. It's a good test if you're not sure, if you're like, did somebody plant this seed in my mind and I think I want it, but I'm not sure if I really want it. Just see if you're ready to persist and keep going in the face of failure. But also, when you're going through failure, maybe question if it's your desire, because sometimes it might be okay to quit. This is where he introduces having a mastermind. You gotta have the same vibe, man. Sorry. Because these people share the same definitive purpose, they share the same energy. And because they share the same energy, they can help each other and feed off each other. And they have that positive magnetic connection going on. And he actually says in the book that it's impossible to get a fortune without having a mastermind or something like it. If you like these book breakdowns and you want more information or more ideas and lessons to help you change your life and just live a happier, better, more complete life with meaning and purpose, check the link down below and join my free newsletter, and you'll get a free PDF as well. Okay, this is where things get a little bit interesting. It's all about sex, baby. His whole thing is love, faith, and sex are the most powerful emotions in the universe. Abstaining from sex allows people to get in touch with this infinite intelligence and this source of energy. So instead of releasing it on the physical plane, they keep it in there and they transmute it into creativity. In this chapter, he talks about something called the personal communication room. In this communication room, one of the guys goes in there and he just shuts off the light and he just sits there for hours until ideas come up. And when I first read it, I was like, that's absolutely absurd. And then I tried something similar because I came across an idea called thinktation from Tom Bilyeu, where he said after meditation, 15, 20 minutes of meditating, when he's really relaxed in that theta wave state, he starts to think of a pre-framed problem, one that he already had like ready to go for after he finishes meditation. Then he would latch onto that problem and see if he could solve it or come up with creative ideas. I used to do something like that, but I came across some more information that I'm trying to share with everybody. I'm so excited about this one. And it basically said there are two kinds of ways to use like boredom. So there's really, really bored, like sitting in a room with no lights on or staring at a wall for an hour. And if you do that, your mind will go into problem solving mode. And then this is like passive boredom, or maybe we'll call it active boredom, where you're kind of taking a shower, you're walking. And in this state, that's when you get creative. And I thought this was so mind-blowing. If you're struggling with things in your life and you don't know what you're doing, get bored. And of course, he doesn't say be a complete recluse and then just cut off all sex and relationships. He actually says that a genius is born when there's a mixture of sex, love, and romance with the right woman. And he also says that no man can truly be great without the right woman. And I believe him. Got the numbers all mixed up. This is 11 out of 13, the subconscious mind. I don't know if I should use green either, but I'm going to because I needed to switch it up. He gives 7 of the most positive and powerful emotions: love, sex, romance, enthusiasm, and then 7 of the most powerful negative emotions: fear, anger, jealousy. In order to plant the right seeds in your subconscious mind, you have to use the right feelings, the right positive energy. The 12th principle is the brain. Now, these are the 3 key principles to understand about the brain. The first one is auto-suggestion, which we talked about. You have a thought, you wrap it in a box with a feeling bow or an emotion tied to it, and you can put it into the subconscious mind. We get these ideas and hunches and intuition, and that comes from the creative imagination part of our brain. The 6th sense is the 13th and final principle, and this is the creative imagination and the infinite intelligence, and he says you can reach this with meditation. Some authors call it the muse, some call it the temple of wisdom, knowledge, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it. It's there. There's something there that is just unexplainable sometimes, but we can feel it and we know it's there. Now, the rating of the book, I gave this one a 3.5 stars, good. It's not the worst book in the world, and it's not the best book in the world. Can you just think and then get rich? No, it's probably more harmful than it is good for most people to believe this kind of thing, because it stops them from taking action when they really need to just take action towards their goals and do the hard thing. That's it, really. I wish we could have the statistics of how many people got rich from this book versus how many people didn't. And my argument is, for sure, there are more people that didn't get rich after reading this book than those that did. Now, for my contrarian takes, the things I didn't like about the book or the ideas in the book. And the first one is this crazy idea that I have that the guy was actually a genius and the book was just a trick. He tells us at the very, very, very beginning of the book that there's a secret hidden deep within the pages. I think this is why it sold so many millions of copies, because we believe that there's a secret in the pages somewhere to think and grow rich. Oh, I'm gonna find it. There's a super secret hidden secret here and we're gonna find it. And this is it. So he plants a belief that there is a secret. Then he tells us it's hidden in the pages, and then we have to discover it. So we have this desire to get rich. We all wanna get rich, right? And then we have a definite purpose to find the secret hidden in the pages. And then because he's an author and he tells us that there is a secret, we have faith in him. We have faith that he's going to reveal the secret in the book. So what do? We take action and read the book. And of course, how many people did he get to do this? To persist and read it and reread it again and scan it again, and so many times in the book. He even says, come back and reread this again. I swear he was playing a trick on us this whole time. Next, on to more serious things, although I really do believe that. Some of the ideas are harmful, and I mentioned this before. This law of attraction stuff, I really believe it's more harmful than it is beneficial. Most people think that they can just think their way to success or happiness or whatever they want, and they can't. They need to take action. The ideas are harmful because so many people don't know the science. They just think it's this manifestation. You think about it and then you believe it and it's supposed to come true. It's really just the reticular activating system and confirmation bias that gets activated in our brain. Our brain is amazing, don't get me wrong. Like, sure, call it whatever you want. Of both camps, this law of attraction and the science part, I think we all agree. It starts in your mind. Your mind is powerful. This is an incredible thing, the most incredible thing in the entire universe. Can you just sit there and think things and they will appear in front of you? No. But can you sit there and just think things and feel them, and your brain will start searching for them and noticing them in your life? New opportunities, new things start to appear. This is how your brain works. Every time I think of the law of attraction, I just think of this, the sandwich. Imagine yourself just sitting in a chair, you do it every night, and you think of the most delicious, tasty sandwich you've ever had in your whole life, and you just, there's all the sauces and whatever you want on it, the flavors and the taste, and the bread tastes so fresh right out of the bakery, right out of the oven. It's so good. And you just do this for a week or a couple weeks. And guess what's going to happen in your life? What are you going to start to see? Sandwiches all over the place. And what are you going to want to eat? A sandwich. So what are you going to go get? Eventually, a sandwich. It's impossible that you won't. If you do that long enough, your brain will get you there to go get one. That's all law of attraction is. Next, get educated. He does really shit on education, and he glorifies, I think, like Henry Ford and Carnegie not going to school, not getting educated, dropping out. Again, this is old school, so that's very different. I actually do kind of agree with him. Like, the traditional schooling is not great. It's not great for everybody. But get educated either way. Now there are courses and things you can learn. You have infinite knowledge and information out there. You need to learn still. And next one is obsession is toxic. So you could look at it two sides. I believe you need to really want what you want and be driven by something. But being obsessed can also be harmful as well. And then finally, what is the secret to getting rich? It's whatever you believe it is. If you believe in the science in your brain, that's it. That's what will get you there. If you believe you can sit in a chair and just think about it, that'll work for you. Whatever you truly believe, like really, really believe, is the right way, that's the right way for you. And finally, we're gonna end with the actions that you can take from the book and apply to your life. Write down your exact goal. Keep it to one specific aim, so your brain knows exactly where it's going. Put a time frame on it. When are you going to achieve this by? Be reasonable. Next, what are you going to give up to get there? And then what is your plan? Keep it concise. A couple sentences should be able to fit on a little post-it note. That's it. Keep it in your pocket, keep it somewhere you can see it, put it on your bed, stand, your mirror in the morning, wherever. And then the next one is always do. I'm gonna preach this all the time. Always do is this. Your brain has thoughts. Okay, I wanna get healthy. I wanna exercise. I want to have a salad tomorrow. Like, it knows what it wants to do. You say these things throughout the day. You have like these little plans, or you either write them down and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. So I don't care if you say I'm gonna do it out loud or if you said I'm gonna do it in my head. If you say you're going to do it and you make some sort of commitment, you have to follow through. I believe so many people struggle so much in their life because just constantly they are saying they're going to do something and then they don't, or they do it and then they fail and then they quit and they don't try to keep going, or they say they want to do something but then they don't, and inside that subconscious part is so confused, and it just really is all this. If you're not where you want or you're not happy, it's because you don't trust yourself. There is a version in you that's in there that, call it whatever you want, the inner version, the inner voice, the little child, it doesn't matter. It doesn't trust you because you've said for so many times over and over, you're gonna do something or you want to, or you thought about doing something, then you didn't follow through. And if you don't trust yourself, then you cannot change. It is impossible because you won't take action on anything in the real world because you don't trust yourself. If you could trust yourself again, you will have confidence in yourself. You'll walk around a little bit more confidently. You know, you'll feel better, you look better. People will start to notice that. There's science behind that. Like when you are really feeling good and happy, you release serotonin. People notice that through mirror neurons and reflect that back to you. Then the world gets reflected to your brain, and all of this starts to happen. And then eventually, this is it. You have this conviction, this burning belief of who you are and what you want to be. And then you will become that. This is it. The final takeaway, the whole thing from the book is emotionally charged thoughts plus a burning desire plus faith plus action plus persistence equals whatever your heart desires. That's it. That's the formula. 12,136. How is that even possible? But I don't like any of that. I truly, truly want I am unreal right now. The knowledge of the 13, of all of the,